Hey, Brandon here with your weekly update. Octavia made cookies.
Impossible! The cookie!
I was walking in to do my weekly update, and everybody else was eating cookies. Look at these cookies. They have salt.
He's preparing the Sanderson secret salt technique!
It's the perfect Brandon cookie. So I'm going to enjoy this nice chocolate chip and salt cookie Octavia made while I'm giving the weekly update. So, Ghost Bloods, first draft. We are now at, bing, 73%. Moving along on Ghost Bloods, feeling still pretty good about how that's going. As for my cookie, I'm at bing, 73%. Eaten. Looks about right, doesn't it? So, you may remember that last week I showed off those cool Sanderson starter pack TikTok exclusives. Turns out we had to push those back for a week, probably for warehousing sort of reasons, books coming in and things like that. They're nodding at me. Usually when something gets pushed back, that's the reason. I'm really excited for these. As a reminder, you can go back last week and look at them. The covers are fantastic. I'm really pleased with them. We did all that. In fact, Isaac and I conceived this idea. Isaac's here to give you an update later. And we're able to create those by going to some artists. As a reminder, those are intended for all those people on TikTok who have heard of Brandon Sanderson, because people are talking about this dude, but then get intimidated by the fact that I have like 7 million books and some of them are that long. And so we're going to say, hey, if you've heard of Brandon and you want to try his books, here are 3 he's chosen that all make for excellent starting points. You could do any of the 3 in any of the order. And we really think that'll be fun and exciting for people. So that's why we made them. We understand that not all of you are on TikTok. In fact, on Reddit, I read the thread and they're like, we love these covers. I'm not on TikTok. Well, that's okay. We will find a way to get them to you. You might have to wait a little while. We printed these specifically for this purpose, and we want to dedicate this initial print run to doing them on TikTok. We will find ways to get them into other locations that you can get them if you can't get them on TikTok right now, so don't stress. I'm going to try another piece of this cookie. We're closer to 80% now on the cookie. It's so much easier to finish a cookie than it is a book.
Oh no.
I'm not going to bing that one. They're making me bing. You only get one cookie update per week. Boom. This one has had quite the journey. You can go back. I wonder when the first year I mentioned Death by Pizza on my State of the Sanderson was. It's been many, many, many years where I wanted to tell the story about a metalhead who became a necromancer and went to my friend Peter Arulian, who is a heavy metal singer, and said, hey, do you want to write a book about a metalhead necromancer? And so he did. And this is really cool. I'm very pleased with this cover. It's coming out next summer. Now, as a reminder, I basically had to, after my revision and draft on this, which has now been like 4 or 5 years, I had to be like, Peter, you got to take this thing over. I've got, giant Kickstarter that I'm planning. And he did. So I will not be co-authoring the future books in the series, just the first one. I've handed it off completely to him. He's an awesome guy. Saga's doing a wonderful job. I really do like this cover. And this is Urban Fantasy Pizza Delivery Man. He was a pizza delivery man. Now he's just a heavy metal singer. We took out the Death by Pizza part, which is why it's called Songs of the Dead. So I believe that's next summer. It's a really good book, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. All right. So last thing from me, and then we're going to let Isaac come on in. My FanX Spotlight panel is live. So that's me doing a Q&A and some art reveals and things like that, and a reading. The reading was special this year because I popped out one of the Hoyd stories that I couldn't make work. Hoyd stories are tough. Getting that voice, that balance of humor with actually telling something meaningful right is difficult. And I actually I've did one reading of one earlier. Maybe at Nexus, I believe, which was called Kingmaker, and this one, which I never really named, about Princess Celebrant. And anyway, it's fun, and it didn't quite work. I think there's actually one more sitting somewhere that I didn't finish. This is how much work it took to get to Tress of the Emerald Sea and Yumi the Nightmare Painter, was 3 failed attempts at doing Hoyd stories that just didn't quite work. But maybe I'll do a reading of that other one sometime. It's a little more spoilery. But you can go watch this one, which has almost no spoilers for anything that is not canon, and enjoy that reading. I think the book is very fun. It just went too silly, and that's a hard balance to walk with Hoyd. All right, now Isaac's going to come on. Many of you have been asking, what's taking us so long to get the Wheel of Time Leatherbounds ready? That is an excellent question. Leatherbounds are very hard. And Isaac's going to walk you through some of the stuff we've been doing to get the cover to look right for those Leatherbounds. And then I'm going to come back and say goodbye.
Well, Isaac here with an update on your Leatherbound Wheel of Time editions and why the covers take a while to get figured out. So one of the reasons is we are trying to take 15 books and come up with a cover design that works across all of them. Hopefully we'll be making these books for the next 20 plus years, and so we want to be very careful at this first stage. So we take a look at a lot of different things, just making sure, can we fit all the titles in the space that's available? Is there space for Brandon's name eventually when we do the later books? Is there space for being able to fit the number on the spine? These are the sorts of things that we think about from a design standpoint, but also from a manufacturing standpoint. We are trying to get, as you can see here, the leather just right. This leather that we have is a custom leather. It's a custom red color. It has custom modeling to it. You're just not going to see this exact color and leather on any other book. This is just for the Wheel of Time. We're trying to make this experience be a very tactile experience so that when you pick up the book, it just feels right. It feels like the Wheel of Time. It feels classy. It feels like something that hopefully Robert Jordan himself would have on his shelf were he still here, and also be proud of. Some of the other things that are going on with the manufacturing, as we have to test the die out so that things go expected on the manufacturing side of things. For example, we did the first test of the die, and the deboss was so intricate, and I'm going to show you that here. The deboss was so intricate that it was getting stuck to the die, and the machine would pull it up. And if you have to have an machine operator pulling that down every time, it causes problems. So we had to put in for another die that wouldn't stick to it as much. So we want to see how all of this is working together. We put down the gold foil, and then we put the deboss over the top of it, and you wind up with the final version right here. Some of the things that we're looking for at this point are how well is the gold lining up with the deboss? Are things looking as we expect them to? Most of this is. But then we look at this and say, you know what, we need to put gold around these. We need another circle up here. Let's make sure that the Roman numeral up top we're going to be able to fit all 14 Roman numerals in that same space. Are we hitting the symbolism that we want? Are we able to see the custom knotwork that we've created? Is the logo looking right? The snake wheel logo. It's looking great here on the spine. There's some elements that we want to change on here, but it's already looking pretty good. But we go into this basically with a fine-tooth comb, do another pass, which is where we're at, and then these are going to go right back to the bindery to be bound to the books. That's where we're at right now. We're very close. We're going to have these books in hand in a few months, and we hope that you'll love them.
Poof! I am back. Oh, wait. I said the wrong thing. Bing. Call out for Bill, our print rep, and for BindTech, our bindery. They've been wonderful to work with. You guys are really going to love these Wheel of Time books, and I think you'll have plenty of opportunities to see them next year as we get them in. Well, there's the cookie.
Wait.
100%
Brandon, no.
successful.
Brandon.
Man, it is.
Listen to me.
It is quite the accomplishment.
Brandon.
Maybe I
Don't
should
do
bring that
this.
one in. Bing.